Alright, welcome everyone to Double Miracle Time for July 2021. So I wanted to run through my overall plan as we go through the results. So I picked the 31st of July to be my day for Miracle Time. So for those of you who aren't across current events, Nexon announced Double Miracle Time for the first time in over a year, and their adaptation to it was to have it spread over a number of days rather than just being pretty much, I think they used to do it on just a weekend, so like Saturday, Sunday, what they used to do. So this time you had the opportunity to pick from, I think it was Wednesday to Wednesday, and the weekend happened to be in the middle around the 31st and the 1st of August. So it ended up looking like a pretty good event. I haven't really heard any negatives so far, even from those in Reboot. It seems like it's gone relatively to plan. You don't really know when Miracle Time is other than seeing it in the blue text boxes, so you don't get all the messaging and everything on your screen. So like how I'm getting all the pop-ups here, I didn't really see it anywhere else, and it doesn't flash up saying that it's Double Miracle Time if you're not participating on that day. So what I wanted to do was I centralized everything around the Corsair, because a number of the equips that I'm working on here haven't actually been equipped before. So things like the mechanical hearts and the Meister ring. So the Meister ring is for the Jet / Corsair, because I haven't decided which character I want to end up leaving stuff on. And then the mechanical heart, one of them is definitely for the Xenon, and then same again, I don't know whether I want to wait for the next mechanical event to come out and use it on the Jet or use it on the Corsair. I really need to get the Jet to 250 to really land on where I want to be. And then the remaining equips, I wanted to make a fully tradable Meso Gear set. So cracked, solid, reinforced, and superior Golux ring. I wasn't worrying about the superior Golux ring because I've already got one with 2 lines of Meso on it. I wasn't worrying about the earrings that much. I did have some earrings there that I wanted to work on, but they were for actual proper bossing for either the Jet or the Corsair, because they might be sharing equips depending on what I'm wanting to do with them. And then things like a superior engraved Golux pendant to get some Meso on it. And just things like that. So just so that I had, because I've got some stuff that already has drop rate on it on the Xenon, and I didn't want to convert that into % Meso, because drop rate is still useful, even though it's not really used in the same way that it used to be. It's good for farming node stones, and it's good for farming cubes. So Master Craftsman and Meister cubes drop less from bosses nowadays, so that's why drop gear is much more important. So especially for the Xenon, I need to have some drop rate on there, since that's my primary bossing character, but also it wouldn't hurt to have a few % drop items on both the Jet and the Corsair. But I think I'll just continue to work on things over time. The good thing about cubing is that unlike star forcing, I feel like it's easier to get something with drop rate or Meso, and you can just keep making stuff over and over and over again. You just have to get pretty lucky RNG wise with tearing things up. As for the money that I spent, I pretty much went half and half. So I spent roughly 238k Maple points / NX altogether. So I had 138k Maple points to spend. So that was the first half that I spent, and then I dropped 100k of my own money just to try and get a little bit further. And funnily enough, the first half was much better than the second half. I don't really know what went on in the second half. I think I just got really unlucky with my tier ups. But yeah, some of the items just started eating cubes, and I was getting pretty frustrated with it, which is why I chose not to use the audio that I recorded when I was cubing, and I just decided to speed things up just to make it a little bit quicker of a video. But overall, I think, look, it's certainly something that they could start doing regularly again. I don't know if I'd put money into it again. I'd probably just look at farming some more Meso and just leaving it at that, because it did leave a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth with the result that I got with my own money. So if I'd gotten a really great result, then sure, I would have been happy with it. But I felt a little bit sour after not getting much more in the second half to tier up. Bonus potential wise, I decided not to touch the secondary on the Jet at all. what I'll do is I'll get a Princess No secondary for the jet since it's tradable. I don't see the point in working on something that's locked to that character, so every other equip apart from the emblem on the Corsair and the jet is tradable. So like their weapon and their secondary, they can't use each other's secondaries, but I want to make them tradable. The Xenon pretty much has emblem, secondary, and weapon tradable, and yeah, so there's no point wasting cubes on what I've already got. I'll just stick with that secondary for the time being until I start working on a new secondary. So that's probably what I'll start chucking cubes on once I've worked out all the lines and the stats on these equips which I've gotten to legendary. So I'll be doing a video on all of those, probably with some cubes from bossing and crafting on the Corsair as well. But yeah, so overall happy with the Miracle Time event, and yeah, I'd like to see these come back in the same sort of fashion. So if stories do come out about people having negative effects of this event, then I'll be sure to comment on them, but so far, yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with it. I would like to see more access to bonus potential cubes in-game rather than using Maple points or NX though, so that's one of the things that I was really thinking about, because they don't have them in the reward shop, and I could have sworn that I remembered seeing them in the reward shop, but there were only red cubes and black cubes, and I didn't use any from the reward shop, so I think it's just something that's missing altogether, which is a bit odd. But yeah, that's I've always felt like bonus potential is one of those real gated things where it's very hard to obtain if you don't want to. If you want to avoid the cash shop, you can only really use the occult version of the bonus potential cubes, which only allows you to re-rank with a rare tier. You can't even tier up with it. So I think that's something that they could make a little bit more user-friendly, but that's just that was just my take on it. And I know that bonus potential cubes have been around for ages, so it's not anything new. But that was just my takeaway from that. So yeah, so happy with a couple of tier ups here and there. I do need to get around to finishing the gun and the mechanical parts. I'll definitely focus on the one for the Xenon first, since I don't want to know what to do with the one on the Corsair/Jet. I probably should just give it to the Corsair and then worry about making one for the Jet when that event comes back around, since it doesn't have that Android and it won't be able to use the heart. But yes, thank you very much for watching. How did you go with Miracle Time? Did you have any issues in terms of lag or anything like that? Leave a comment down below and we'll have a conversation. See you guys later.